part 2 of how to respond instead of react in life. And we're also going to talk about how to connect into your Akashic records and your multidimensionality. So you want to check out the video right before this one. In order to get up in the higher states of consciousness, connect with your higher self, your multidimensionality, we have a couple different steps. The first one is learning how to regulate your central nervous system. That is our fight or flight. And it's very difficult to tap into higher states of consciousness when you're experiencing limiting beliefs, fear, anxiety. And this is your chakra system. And when we have a lot of unprocessed trauma, unprocessed emotions, we're really living in these bottom ones here. And what we need to be is up here in these higher ones, your crown, third eye, and throat chakra, and the ones even above that. But when we are dysregulated, it's very difficult to connect up there because you were in survival mode. And imagination and creativity go right out the window in your psychic and spiritual gifts when you are in survival mode. Speaking of imagination, that is like a muscle that you have to build. A lot of us as adults have been cut off from that, our creativity, or as children we were told, oh, magic's not real, or it doesn't matter, you need to be more logical and analytical, okay? But you have to be able to imagine, envision yourself in your dream life in order to quantum shift into it, or to receive the intuitive nudges and downloads from your higher self or your Akashic records, or do Akashic record healing. Because when we're talking about tapping into other frequencies and dimensions and past lives, future lives, all those things, you got to have a pretty strong imagination in order to perceive them. Doing children's meditations like this can help you get there. We also need to regulate our brain waves. A lot of people are living in beta and alpha brainwave states. That's a lot of chaotic energy. And in order to get into your Akasha or connect with your higher self multidimensionality, we need to be in theta and delta state. And this is what Dr. Joe Dispenza, or Joey D as I like to call him, this is what he teaches. I highly recommend checking him out. And he teaches you also how to regulate your central nervous system, but connect into your emotions as well, as they're the fuel for our manifestations. And lastly, we need to be working on our subconscious mindset reprogramming. Right before we fall asleep is when it's the most open to receiving. And so if you listen to affirmations at bedtime, it helps loosen the grip of your self-limiting beliefs during the day, or those negative thought patterns. Then we can start envisioning ourselves and tapping into those higher levels of consciousness, because those limiting beliefs are not getting in our way. You start to really feel that you are capable of manifesting your dream life, and you start getting those downloads and